We have mentioned the famous emergency fund many times here on the channel, but we have never gone into detail on the subject because I know there are points that are relevant to many people. After all, where can we really keep our emergency fund invested? How much do we actually need to have? Do we need to save up to be able to build our reserve? That's what we're going to see in this video. The emergency fund serves, as the name implies, to cover emergencies and unforeseen events that appear as our life goes on. After all, we will never have control over when we will become unemployed, when we will have some health problem, or anything else that might happen in our life. So the emergency fund is strictly for emergencies, okay? An emergency that is actually an emergency. We're not talking here about that money that sits there and we get all itchy-handed wanting to invent some unforeseen event just to end up spending it. So keep in mind that the emergency fund is for cases of real necessity and not for those expenses we end up having just because we want to spend the money that's sitting there. And maybe right now the first question is crossing your mind, okay, Bruna, but how will I know how much I actually need to have in my emergency fund? We need to keep in mind that the reserve needs to be based on our monthly cost of living and not on our salary. So we need to know how much we really need to support ourselves during the month to be able to build our emergency fund. So to be able to know your actual monthly cost, you will need to sit down and make a financial plan, see how much you spend every month on rent, water, electricity, internet, fixed expenses, and variable expenses. So you need to have everything written down so you have an idea of how much you really need to be able to support yourself every month. So let's assume you sat down, calculated your monthly cost, and arrived at the value of 2,000 reais. In other words, you need 2,000 reais to support yourself every month. And then you must be asking yourself, okay, now what? I know I spend 2,000, I need 2,000 every month, but how many months of my monthly cost do I need to set aside to be able to build my emergency fund? That is the second question we are going to answer right now. The ideal time for us to build our emergency fund is between 6 to 12 months of our monthly expenses. So you will have to decide if you need 6 months or 12 months. And how could we reach that conclusion? First, you will measure the security you want to have. If you think 6 months of savings is too little, then the ideal for you would probably be to have a 12-month emergency fund. But it's not just the security you want to feel, but also your field of work. What do you actually do every month to earn money? Is it a salaried job? Are you a public servant? Are you an entrepreneur? All this needs to be taken into account to measure our job security and determine if 6 or 12 months would be ideal. Some people even do just 3 months, which ends up being considered very little for many. Usually, salaried employees analyze their field because, depending on our sector, it's easier to find a new job, or it might take more time to land one. So we need to take our field of work into account. Ask yourself, is my field in high demand in the job market, or is it an area where I might need a bit more time to find a new position? Depending on that answer, the ideal would be to build our reserve with 12 months of our living expenses. Now imagine an entrepreneur who has variable income and much more uncertainty. Most of the time, entrepreneurs end up opting to build a 12-month reserve as well. Now, public servant, among those we mentioned, is the one with the most job security. So some public servants keep only 3 months of their monthly expenses as an emergency fund. As we can see, there is no single rule. It all depends on your job and the level of security you want to have. Only you will be able to answer that question, whether it should be 6, 12, or 3 months. 3 months is only advised in very few cases. The ideal is always between 6 and 12, but only you have to ask yourself that, analyze your daily life, and assess your situation to see what would be ideal for you, 6 or 12 months, and have that answer in hand. Let's use the example we just talked about here in the video. Let's assume you calculate your costs and you need $2,000 per month. So if you choose to build a 6-month reserve, you would need to have $12,000 in your emergency fund because doing the quick math, 6 months living on $2,000 means we would need $12,000. And in case you chose to cover 12 months of your costs, you would need $24,000 in your emergency fund. And you might be asking yourself, okay, Bruna, but how will I know how long it would take me to reach this amount in my reserve? Would it take a long time? That is what we are going to see now in our spreadsheet. Let's open our spreadsheet here, and we can already see that there are a few points we need to fill in so we can reach the result of how many months it will actually take to build our emergency fund. So basically, you'll have to ask yourself a few questions. After you do your financial planning and define how much you could save on average per month, you will fill in here, what is the value of my contributions? $200, $50, $100? Everything will depend on the financial plan you have created. The second question is, how much do I want to have in my reserve? After you know what your monthly cost is and how many months you want to have in your reserve, you will be able to reach the final value of your reserve, and you can fill it in here as well. When we talk here about letting our emergency fund money earn interest, we are not talking about risky investments. For heaven's sake, let's not get fancy with our emergency fund. Forget variable income. Forget high yields. An emergency fund was not made to have high profitability. An emergency fund needs to be in a place where you have easy access. You might need access on a Saturday, a Sunday, at 10 in the morning, at midnight, or 3 in the morning, or 3 in the morning. You need high liquidity, that is, easy access to this money. And it needs to be earning at least a minimum of 100% of the CDI. So you must be wondering, okay, where can I get a 100% EDI return? Simple. Several digital accounts today offer 100% of the CDI. CDBs from big banks offer 100% of the CDI with daily liquidity. It is very important that we always stress that it needs to have daily liquidity. We must be able to have access at any time. So if you want to see in more detail how to choose where to keep your emergency fund, money earning interest, I'll leave a link in the description to a video that just came out on the channel, which compares 10 options in addition to the famous new bank Caixinha, where we can safely let our money grow. But of course, never try to get too fancy. Take a good look at where you are letting your money earn interest. If it's a reliable financial institution so you don't have any headaches with money you might need for an emergency. So here on the spreadsheet, the investment return is 11.65% because our CELIC rate dropped a little more and is now at 11.75%. And as we've mentioned several times here on the channel, the CDI rate tracks closely with our CELIC rate. So if our CELIC rate is 11.75%, our CDI rate will be 0.1 lower, meaning it will be 11.65%. And remember that every 45 days, our Monetary Policy Committee, the famous COPOM, meets to make decisions about our CELIC rate. So our CELIC rate is trending downward. Therefore, the forecast is that it will continue to fall in the upcoming meetings. So we will use 11.65% as an example, but this 100% DI return can change as our CELIC rate changes. Now that we have a better understanding of our investment's return, we'll know roughly how much our money will earn per month. This right here is the formula. We don't need to fill this in on our spreadsheet. The only things we need to fill in are the cells in blue, SECA. Everything else is calculated automatically. And here we can see how many months it will take. In this case, if I wanted to save 12,000 BRL from my reserve, by saving 200 BRL per month, with an 11.65% return, it would take us 47 months to reach our 12,000 BRL reserve. In other words, it would take about 4 years for us to reach our 12,000 reserve. Oh, Bruna, but I can't save 200. I can only save 100 BRL per month. You'll see that it changes. It will take double the time, 80 months, around 6.5 years, for us to reach that amount. And keep in mind that the calculation this spreadsheet performs does not take income tax into account because, as we've already discussed, regardless of where we leave our money to earn interest, whether it's Tesoro CELIC, a new bank savings box, or any daily liquidity CDB, we have our regressive income tax table where the longer we leave it invested, the less tax we pay. So this spreadsheet is not taking income tax into account. But let's assume another point here that we need to remember in this process. Let's assume you used the spreadsheet and saw that it would take around 4 years for you to build your emergency fund. I have a question to ask you. Do you think the money you are saving 3 years from now will have the same value as it does today? The $200, the $100, the $50 you managed to save for your emergency fund. 2 years from now, when you go to add another $50, will it be worth the same thing? No, because we have our famous inflation that erodes our purchasing power. So to make it easier and to ensure we always maintain the same purchasing power, so we can be sure that 4 years from now the money saved will have the same purchasing power we have today, it is very important that we always adjust our contributions for inflation. You must be saying, okay, Bruna, you're overcomplicating things. How can I do this? This is on the same spreadsheet and it's what we are going to see now. If we go back to our spreadsheet here, we will see that there are 2 more questions we need to ask, and it will already give us the answer. The first question is, what is the value of my contributions today? In this case, I use an example of $200, and we need to see what the inflation for the year was. So let's assume you started building your emergency fund today, in December, in this month of December now. When December of next year or January 2025 arrives, you will see what the inflation was for the year. And that is easy. If you search on Google, it will already tell you what the inflation was for the last year. So you will fill in here what the inflation was for the last year. We used 8% inflation as an example here, and it will already tell us what our new contribution will be. So next year, we won't need to keep investing 200, we'll need to invest 216 to ensure we are always maintaining our purchasing power. This is very important to make sure that the money we're saving will have the same value, it will have the same power in 4, 5, or 6 years, regardless of how long it takes us to actually build our emergency fund. I know that some people might be thinking, gosh, 4 or 5 years just to build my emergency fund is a long time. I feel like I'm wasting time just doing this one thing. I can't start investing, I have to build my reserve first. Is there any formula, any way for me to speed this up to make it a bit faster? I really wish I could have a miraculous answer, but unfortunately I don't. To build our emergency fund, we need to have patience. And I can't just come here and advise you to do anything. Like, don't build the reserve, build just half, then you start investing. There are people who build half of the emergency fund, and then with their next contributions, the amount they manage to save per month, they split half for the emergency fund and half for investments. So they don't take so long to start investing. It all depends on each person's profile. Some people are methodical and prefer to finish the reserve first to have their security and only then think about investments. Some people focus on building half of the emergency fund. Once they reach that halfway point, the next contributions they can make, they allocate half to the reserve and half to investments because it's a way for them to manage to do 2 things at once and see that they are also getting results from investments. So it all depends on each person. Each person will have their own profile and each person will have their own reality. So if you think what you're managing to save per month is little, I also won't have a miraculous answer for you because I don't have one either. Otherwise, I'd already be loaded with cash. And what we can do is cut unnecessary expenses. And what counts as necessary expenses will depend on our financial planning. When we do our planning, we see everything we spend. If there's something we're spending on unnecessarily, we could cut it or earn more, whether by making extra income or by specializing further in our field, investing in knowledge so we can improve our work performance and automatically end up earning more. There's no other formula than dedicating ourselves to trying to increase how much we can save per month, whether for our emergency fund or for our investments. To summarize everything we've talked about in this video, the first thing we need to do is sit our butts down in a chair and figure out how much we really need to support ourselves every month and do our financial planning. After we've done our planning and know how much we need to live on every month, we need to see if there are any costs we can cut, if there's anything we can do to earn more. So we can define how much we could save on average to set aside for our emergency fund. The third point is using the spreadsheet we just saw here in the video, so we can get an idea of how long it would take to build our reserve. And the fourth point is finding a safe place with high liquidity that we can access at any time to let our money earn interest without trying to do anything crazy with it, because this is money for emergencies and not money that's going to make you rich. And the fifth but not least important point is for you to subscribe to the channel so you can stay on top of all the videos that come out, because I'm going to keep sharing my experiences, and I'm sure that sharing experiences with each other will add a lot to our lives. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, leave a like, and also leave a comment down below. Have you already built your reserve? Are you in the process of building it? Did this video really add value for you? Put it there because I want to know in the comments. A kiss, and I'll see you in the next video.